Starting by taking a few deep breaths in through the nose. And exhale. One more time in through the nose. And exhale. In through the nose. And exhale. Your feet are hip width apart. One last time. Inhale. And exhale. Now take a deep breath in. As you exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway up. Keep your spine straight. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bend your knees and all the way up. And as you exhale, bend both legs and just sit into it. Push your hips to the back. Make sure that your knees aren't swaying inside, that they're directly above your ankles. Sit into it. A bit lower. You can stay here, or for an added challenge, rise again on your knee, cross the right knee over the left one, and sit into it. Stay here for one long breath. And as you inhale, rise up. Give yourself a little counter stretch. And we'll do the other side. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, lower, bend your knees. Inhale, sweep the floor up. And as you exhale, sit into it. You can stay here, or you can inhale, lift the left leg up and cross it over the right knee. Push the left knee down and lean forward. Try not to curve your spine. Try to keep a nice long spine. For our balance poses, always try to choose one spot in the room, and I will help you. If you fall, that's absolutely fine. Okay. Now stand with your legs wide open and just bring some movement to your hips. Open your feet at a 45-degree angle, so my feet aren't aiming straight. They're at a 45-degree angle. And then bend both knees. Make sure that your knees, again, aren't swaying inside. Your hip isn't swaying outside. Just push your pelvic bone in and just push your knees with your hands if possible too. Stay here. Your arms can be on the side. You can just slowly bring some movement to your legs. And hold. Place both palms on the inner edges of your knees, and then start pushing your knees to open them up. And then maybe drop the right shoulder down and look up over your left shoulder. Use your palms to open your legs. Breathe. And maybe try the other side. your shoulders. Again, bring your feet back to 45-degree angle and then slowly lower. Wherever you are, your legs can be straight, or if you need to have a minor bend in the knees, you can do that as well to protect your hamstrings. And now, go up, keep your legs wide open. Now start sending your hips back and start bending the right leg, the right knee. So the knee will be on top of your ankle and you're just pushing to the back. If this is okay for you, you can stay here. For an added stretch, maybe try to sit into it. Try not to sink, just sit on top of your hip. You can go for a twist or a bind. Wherever you are, just work with your body, and also you can use a block if you need to. When you're ready, turn your right foot to the front, drop your knee and your foot, and let's meet at a low lunge. Again, working with your body, you might need a block here to help prep you up. You might be on both palms, or if you need an extra challenge, you can try to rise up without holding the mat, or maybe you can bend the left knee and just add an extra stretch in your quad muscle. And continue to lean forward. When you're done, just have a counter stretch, keeping both hips square. You might want to lift the right hip, just push it down. Keep your spine neutral. And just breathe into it. Feel the nice deep stretch in your hamstrings. And like I said before, we're not looking for pain, we're looking for tension. When you're ready, going back to the middle, bringing some movement, and then we'll do the other side. Again, feet are at a 45-degree angle, and then start sending your hips back while bending the left leg. You can stay here, or you can try to go a little bit lower for an added stretch. Push your knee with your elbow away from you to get a deeper stretch. You can stay here, you can use your block, you can have a bit of a twist or a bind. Working with your body and just getting what you need from it. Stay for one more breath. And then meeting me in a low lunge. The foot is facing forward. Your knee and your foot are on the floor. You can be wherever you need to be, using a block, palms on the ground. You can try to rise up. And if you're ready for a challenge, bend the right knee. And just look up. You might feel a little bit of a difference in sensation in both sides. For me, this side is a bit easier, and that's absolutely fine. And when you're ready, just do a counter stretch. Again, maintaining a neutral spine. Your hips are central in parallel to the ground. Your foot is flexed, and just try to lean into it and feel the nice deep stretch in your hamstrings. Never forgetting to breathe. Gently getting out of it. And when you're ready, meet me in a tabletop position. Whenever we are in a tabletop pose, I'll move a little bit for the camera, just make sure that your shoulders are on top of your wrists, your knees are beneath your hips, and we'll start with just bringing a little bit of movement to our joints. You can just do mini circles, cat-cows, whatever you need to do. Just work with your breath and again, with your body. Just like last time, to maintain some integrity in the movement that is coming and generating from the hips. If you wish, you can place your block on top of your back, or a book, or a box of tissues, whatever that's available to you. Or if you want, you don't have to use anything. This is just for us to make sure that the movement is actually generating from the hips and not from the spine. So when you're ready, lift your right leg up and lower. One more time. Up and lower. Up and lower. Up and lower. One more time. Up. Hold here. And lower. Now, open your leg to the side. It's seeing better that way. And you'll notice this is a lot more difficult. Lift your leg up and lower. One more time. Up and lower. Up and lower. Keep both elbows, both arms straight if you can. Up and lower. How was that? Okay, now we're going to do some circular movement in the hip joint. So same idea, lifting the leg to the side, sending it to the back and down. Then lift your leg, bring it to the side and tap. One more time. Up. Send it to the back and tap, up, send it to the side and tap. Now keep your leg where it is, and then if this isn't enough stretch for you, stay here. If you want a little bit more of a sensation, start sending your hips back and maybe try sitting on your left leg. Continue to breathe, feeling the stretch in your adductor muscles. And when you're ready, push into tabletop again. We will do the other side. Gently and with control. Left leg straight, push the floor away from you. Left leg goes up and lower. Left leg goes up and lower. A couple more times. Up and lower. I'm not trying to send my leg up too high. Just maintaining a neutral spine, just one extended line. And lower. Bring the left leg to the side. Alright, when you're ready, left leg goes up and lower. It helps to flex your foot. Up and lower. If your block falls, that's okay. You can just set it back up again. Up and lower, keeping both arms straight. Up and lower. You're definitely going to feel it in your hip joint and in your glutes. Now we'll do the circular movement again. Inhale, leg goes up and tap it to the back. Inhale, legs go up and tap to lower. Inhale, go up. This is my weaker side, the left side. So it's a lot more challenging for me to do it. But that is the idea of working with your body and accepting its limitations and trying to work with those. And then set your leg beside you. This might be an enough stretch for some. You'll feel it in your abductor muscles. If you don't feel anything at all, you can gently start sending your hips back. Again, while maintaining your neutral spine, and just sitting over your right leg and sink into it. Continue to breathe, filling your lungs with air and completely emptying them. And then slowly coming out of it, getting back into tabletop. You can set your block beside you. Sitting on your bum. Open your legs wide, keep them nice and bent. And then drop them so it's almost like a windshield wiper type of thing. Try to have a 90-degree angle in both legs when you look at it. Try to maintain that. And then stay here. Keep your left hip on the ground. Start lifting your right knee up all the way until both hips are on the floor. And then start turning to the other side, trying to bring the right knee to the ground and the left knee also to the ground. One more time. This is called the 90-90 work. This is excellent for your hip joints to bring mobility into the hip joint, which will also help increase the range of motion and bring in more nutrients inside of the synovial fluid. Your hands can stay on the ground, or they can just be beside you. One more time. Whichever side you're at, just hold. Right now, the left knee for me is at the front. I'm going to lift the right knee up and lower. One more time. Lift the entire leg off the floor and lower. Again, your arms can be on or off the mat. Last time, and maybe hold. You'll definitely feel it in your joints. Let's do the other side. Whichever side you are on, just switch to the other side. Again, hands can be on or off the mat. So, left leg goes up and lower. Up and lower. Notice noticing any different sensations in both sides again. And lower. One more time, lift. And just stay here for one nice long breath. And lower. Go back into the middle, maintaining that nice bend in your legs, and just lean forward. When you're done, lean back, just lay down on your back. Bend both legs, and knees are about your hip width apart. To tell if you have two fists, that would be the space between your knees. Try to run your hand underneath your back. If your back is arched, you'll be able to do it with ease, but what we're trying to do is actually tilt our pelvic bone up and completely eliminate that space if possible. Just pushing your navel, using your core muscles to push it down. And then we'll practice a few pelvic tilts. So imagine as if somebody's holding your pelvis with a little string and lifting it off the mat and lower. It's micro movement. Just up and lower. You'll be able to do it more if you press your heels against the mat and lower. One more time. You'll feel that your glutes are tensing up when you're doing it, and that's what we need. If you want, you can bend your elbows and press them against the mat. Lift your pelvic bone a little bit off the ground and then place it back again. One more time, but try to peel your spine a bit more off the mat and then lower. One more time, see if you can go a little bit higher and lower. One more time, going a bit higher, pressing your heels against the mat, tensing your glutes, and lower. And let your last time just be the highest, just completely peeling off your spine, off the mat. You can't see it better probably. Keep pressing the heels. You can lift your feet if you need to, or just use your elbows to help you go up. If this is enough sensation, you can stay here. But if you want, you can walk your feet until they reach your palms, and then grab the outer edge of your heels with your palms to help you lift your hips higher. Try not to open your knees, try to keep them hip width apart. Tuck your chin into your chest and just stay here. Continue to breathe into it. And when you're ready, slowly start placing your back onto the ground. Maybe bring your knees in, give them a little hug, sway side to side. You can be in happy baby, whatever that feels right for you right now. Just be here for a moment. Pressing both legs onto the mat again. Now cross the right leg over the left knee. Press that right knee down. If that's enough stretch for you in your hip joint, then that's all you're going to do today. If you need a little bit more stretch, start lifting that left knee and that left leg above the ground. And start pressing that leg closer to you while also opening the right knee to get a nice deep stretch in the hip joint. Keep both feet flexed. This is point, this is flex. And just bringing that leg. You can just use your arms to pull that left leg closer to your body. And again, always breathing to help you with your stretches. Sending the oxygen to that joint and the muscles surrounding it to help them expand. Try to keep your hips on the ground, not to just lift them off the mat. And then when you're ready, lower. You can have a few windshield wipers, because we'll do the other side. Bend both knees again. Left leg crosses on top of the right knee. If this is enough, again, one side you might be able to bring your leg all the way closer to your chest. Another side could be a bit stiffer, so just working with your body. If you need a bit more stress, just press that left knee away from you while pulling the right leg closer to your chest. The idea is to have a nice opening in your hip joint. Sending the breath and the air to your abdomen to expand those muscles. It will help with the stretch. Keeping both feet flexed. And when you're ready, place both feet back onto the mat. And then swaying them one side to the other. If you feel like staying in one side and having a little bit of a twist, you can do that as well now or after we're done. This is just a little bit of a sampler of what you can, and you can continue repeating those poses throughout your day. Now when you're ready, extend both legs. Bring the right knee close to your chest. And gently press that right knee against your chest. Depending on your range of mobility, your knee could be here, 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 wherever it is. Try to keep your left leg and your pelvic bone on the ground, pressing against the ground. And just gently, if your knee can reach your chest, just sway it side to side, bringing a little bit more mobility. And then when you're ready, extend that leg. If it's too much sensation here, you can have a micro bend in your leg. And you can just lower your leg a little bit. I have a wider range of mobility, so I'm able to keep it extended at a 90-degree angle. If this is too much for you, you can try probably reaching with a towel around it or just keeping it straight. Now lower the right leg, hover it above the mat, and bring it back straight or bent, whatever that works for you. Lower. And going back up. If your knee is bent, same idea. Lower. And up. One more time. Lower. And up. Wherever your knee is, if your knee is bent, today what you're trying to work on is to gently trying to press your thigh away, just to probably try and straighten your leg. You might want to drop it a little bit more close to the ground. If your leg is straight and you can keep it up here with ease, maybe try bringing your leg closer to your chest. You can play with your foot movement, just flexing and pointing your foot. You'll experience different sensations as you do that. But whatever you do, don't press too hard. Just gently bringing the leg closer to your chest. If you want, you can bring it to the side, or just keep it in the middle. Never forgetting to breathe. And I guess a good sign for you to tell if you can't really tell, is this pain or stress? Your breathing is your sign pretty much. If you're struggling to breathe and if it's strenuous, then that probably means that you're in pain and you need to ease out of it. If you can breathe with ease, then that means that you are in that range where you can actually feel the tension and the stress in your muscles. Pressing that knee again and bringing it closer to the ground. Now bring the left knee closer to your chest. Wherever you are, again, working with that range of motion. Maybe drawing a few circles with your knee. Just bringing some mobility to the hip joint while maintaining that pelvic tilt. Again, I'm not arching my back. It's nice and flat. I'm pressing it with my core. Just massaging your chest. And when you're ready, extending the left leg. Could be here, here, or here. Wherever you are, start by lowering the leg slowly. Hover it above the ground, and then lift. This also will help engage your core muscles, which ultimately will help bring more strength into your lower body. Lower. One more time. The next time you lift your leg, depending on where it is, you're working on straightening that leg, or if it's straight, you're probably trying to bring it closer to your chest. Just feeling the nice stretch in your hamstrings and in your calf muscle. You can keep it here. You can bring it to the side. Just do whatever that feels right for you today. It could be a different movement, and if any of that is a bit too much, you can always embrace your legs in child's pose. So this is a great example of a static hold, where we're just holding our leg and just allowing it to slowly drop. When we were lifting, doing the leg raises, just lifting and dropping our leg, that was a dynamic stretch. And when you're ready, pressing that knee again against your chest and extending both legs and relaxing your arms beside your body for your final resting pose for today. Just stay here for a few more breaths. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time, taking a deep breath in through the nose and releasing it through the mouth. As you continue to breathe, just try to notice any feelings or sensations, and just letting them go. Not holding on to any particular feeling, just doing a quick scan over your body. And just noticing the different feelings. You can stay here for as long as you need to. Just thanking yourself and your body for being there for you today, for serving you. And just thanking yourself for showing up. Continue to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Thank you for joining me today for this session. You can continue to just lay down for a few more minutes or for as long as you need to. I will sit here in silence for a few more minutes, so